वेलकम टू द लेक्चर 6 रैंक ऑफ मैट्रिक्स। आज हम लोग मैट्रिक्स की रैंक, उसकी प्रॉपर्टीज, रैंक नलिटी थ्योरम और कुछ प्रीवियस ईयर रैंक पर इंपॉर्टेंट जो क्वेश्चन आए हैं वो डिस्कस करेंगे। रैंक रैंक इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक in the study of system of linear equations and the theory of linearly dependent and linearly independent vectors, eigenvectors. So what is the definition of rank? The rank of a matrix is the order of any highest order non-vanishing, this is important word, non-vanishing minor of the matrix. So it is a order of any highest order non-vanishing minor. It is represented by rank of A or row of A or rank of A. Example 1. Find rank of matrix A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a square matrix of order 3 cross 3. So therefore, minor of its highest order will be the determinant of this matrix. The minor of it of highest order is the determinant of order 3 or 3 cross 3, because this is a square matrix, so we can write only 3. So what is the determinant of this matrix? So if we are going to find the determinant of this matrix, it will be plus 1, 8, 5, 9, 5 is 45, minus 4, 8, 6 is 48, minus 2, 36, minus 42, plus 3, 32, minus 35. So we can see that determinant is 0. It means its highest order minor, here it is determinant, is vanishing here, but we are interested in non-vanishing minor. That must be non-zero. Now we will check for 2 cross 2 minors. If we are able to find a minor of 2 cross 2 that is non-vanishing, then we can claim that the rank of this matrix is 2. So we are going to see the minor of 2 cross 2. Take any minor. Take any minor of 2 cross 2. Take any minor of order 2 cross 2. Let 1, 2, 4, 5. And we can see that this the value of this minor is 5 minus 8 is minus 3. That is non-vanishing. Hence, rank of this matrix is 2. Rank of this matrix is 2. Another example. Example 2. Find the rank of a rectangle matrix A 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4, 1, 4, 6, 8, 3, 6, 9, 12. This is a matrix of 3 cross 4. There are two important points here. If A is any matrix of order m cross n, then its rank will be always less than equal to minimum of m comma n. In this example, we can claim that the rank of this matrix will be less than equal to minimum of 3 comma 4, or rank A will be less than equal to 3. It means rank can be 3, 2 or 1 according to the nature of minor. In the previous example, we have a 3 cross 3 matrix. It means rank of A will be less than equal to 3. So if we are able to find the minor of 3 cross 3 non-vanishing, then rank will be 3. But in the previous example, we are not able. We can see that the minor of 3 cross 3, that's obviously determinant, is 0. It means rank cannot be 3. So we go for 2 cross 2 minor. In this question, this is a 3 cross 4 matrix. So it has 4 square submatrices. For finding the value of determinant, we will break it in square submatrices of highest order, and the highest order of a square will be 3 because it's a 3 cross 4 matrix. So we can make any square of maximum order, that will be 3 cross 3. So here we can see that there are 4, column 1, column 2, column 3. We can go row wise also. There is a correction here. It is 2 here. We can go column wise or row wise. Then column 1, column 2, column 4. We can make 4 matrices. A1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 3, 6, 9. A2. 1, 2, 4, 2, 4, 8, 3, 6, 12. A3. 1, 3, 4, first, third, fourth column. 2, 6, 8, 3, 9, 12. And the fourth, that's column 2, column 3, column 4. 2, 3, 4, 4, 6, 8, 6, 9, 12. Now these matrices are of order 3 cross 3. So it's a maximum order or highest order minor will be determinant of all these 4. So if we check determinant of A1, A2, A3, A4, you can easily check it will be 0. You can check as assignment the determinant is 0. and the maximum rank is 3, and we can see that the 3 cross 3 minors are not vanishing here, are not non-vanishing here, means vanishing here. So rank A will be less than 3, or rank A is not equal to 3. Then rank, we will check for rank A is 2 or less than 2. Now check for rank of A is 2 cross is 2 or less than 2. So for checking the rank 2, we have to select the minors of 2 cross 2. We have to select the minors of 2 cross 2. So if we choose any minor, every 2 cross 2 minor of A1, A2, A3 and A4 is vanishing. Every minor is vanishing. You can check this minor. 4 minus 4, 0. 4 minus 4, 0. 6 minus 6, 0. You can check any here. 6 12 72 minus 72, 0. Any minor. 9 4 36 minus 36, 0. It means rank cannot be 2 also. So rank will be less than 2, and rank is a positive integer number. 0, 1, 2, 3 is a whole number. So rank will be 1. So rank of this matrix will be 1. Rank cannot be 0 for this matrix. This is a very important point. We will discuss in the properties. So this is the way to tackle the rank. This is a very classical and definition approach. We have some important operations like echelon form and normal form. By that manner, we can also find the rank. We will see further. Now, properties of rank. So we have some observations. First observation is, if A is M cross N matrix, then rank of A is less than equal to minimum of M comma N. Second property is, if A is non-singular matrix, it means obviously it will be square, because non-singular matrix has determinant non-zero, and we can find the determinant of square matrices only. Of order n, then rank of A will be equal to the order of the matrix, and it will be also equal to the rank of A inverse. If the matrix is a non-singular matrix, then rank of the matrix and its inverse matrix is same. Property 3. Rank of any matrix A can be any matrix, is equal to the rank of its transpose matrix, is equal to the rank of its conjugate matrix, is equal to the rank of A transpose matrix, is equal to the rank of A theta matrix. So these ranks are equal. Fourth property, rank of null matrix, is not defined, such that termed as 0. So rank of null matrix is always be termed as 0. And one more thing I want to add, rank of any matrix is always greater than equal to 1. It is 0 if and only if A is null matrix. A is null matrix. Otherwise, rank is always greater than equal to 1. Next property. Fifth, rank of A into B, if exist, is always less than equal to rank of A, and rank of AB is always less than equal to rank of B. In general, the Bluetooth device is connected successfully. Rank of AB is less than equal to minimum of rank A, comma rank B. Minimum of rank A, comma rank B. Sixth property is, if this is a very important property, if A is column matrix and B is any row matrix, and AB matrix is not null matrix, If this matrix exists and not null matrix, then rank of AB is always 1. Then rank of AB is always 1. Seventh property is another important property. If rank of A is n and B is any non-singular matrix means the determinant is non-zero, then rank of AB equal to rank of BA equal to n if these products are existing here. If AB and BA exist, then its rank will be equal to n also. So these are some important properties of rank. Now, sometime the method I have discussed using the value of minors is very difficult calculations to evaluate the value of minors. Then we have some other definitions or other approach to find the rank of matrix. So there are two other approaches called echelon form and normal forms we have discussed. We will discuss those methods. Before that, we have to discuss some elementary transformations in matrix. These transformations are very important in finding of rank of any matrix. So there are basically three transformations. First is the interchange of any two ith and jth rows. It is also true for columns, denoted as Ri can be changed with Rj, and in the sense of column, it can be written as Ci is changed with Cj. So we can interchange any two rows or any two columns, and that will not affect in the value of rank of any matrix. Second is scalar multiplication. we can multiply by any non-zero scalar in any row or any column, and we can transform by its respective row or column. The multiplication of all elements of ith row or column by the sum non-zero constant non-zero scalar k, denoted as Ri, can be replaced with some k times Ri, and Ci can be transformed as some k times Ci. And the third transformation is the addition of the ith row or column of an arbitrary multiple of jth row or column. Means we can replace Ri by Ri plus k times some arbitrary multiple with Rj. And similarly, we can do for some same column also. Ci can be replaced as Ci plus k times Cj, any column, and k is any arbitrary constant. So these three are called elementary transformation. One important point, we cannot replace Ri by some Ri into Rj. We cannot replace. This is not elementary transformation. We cannot multiply any two rows or any two columns. So this is not elementary transformation. Equivalent matrices. Two matrices A and B are said to be equivalent matrices, and representing as A is equivalent to B if the matrix B can be obtained from the matrix A by applying a finite sequence of elementary transformations. By applying the elementary transformations, and vice versa. We can also claim that BA is said to be equivalent matrix of B if A is obtained from some finite elementary transformations on B. What is the remark here? If, we can say two equivalent matrices have same rank. If A and B are two equivalent matrices, then rank of matrix A will be rank of B. It means if we apply any finite number of transformation on matrix A and we obtain matrix B after some finite transformation, then rank will be unchanged. Echelon form. It's a very important form to find the rank of any matrix. A matrix A, is said to be in echelon form if it has two properties. First is all 0 rows, if any, are at the bottom of the matrix. If any 0 row, then it should be in the bottom of the matrix. And the second is each leading non-zero entry. Each leading non-zero entry, pivot element, sometimes called pivot entry, in a row, each leading non-zero entry in a row is in the right of the leading entry in the preceding row. So each leading non-zero entry or pivot entry in a row is in the right of the leading entry in the preceding row. We have one example which is in the echelon form. Suppose A is in a matrix 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 7, 0, 0, 0, 3, 7, 2, 8, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 7, 6, and 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So we can see that this is a 0 row and it is occurring at the bottom of the matrix. And if we take, this is a leading entry for row 1, and this is a leading entry for row 2, and this is the leading entry for row 3, and this is in the right of the previous, right in the of the preceding row. 2 is in the right of 3, which is the leading element of row 2, and 3 is in the right of preceding row 3. So this is in the form of echelon. This is called echelon matrix. Sometimes people are confused and they are claiming that first leading entry must be 1. So the condition on leading entry is in the row reduced echelon form or row echelon form. In the case of echelon matrix, leading entry can be any non-zero entry, not necessarily 1. So what is the next? Row reduced echelon form. By the echelon form only we can tell the rank, but we are going to study row reduced echelon form also. A matrix A is set to row reduced, and this form is unique. Always remember this point. This form is unique. Row reduced echelon form, row reduced echelon form, if it is in echelon form, and it satisfies additional two properties. What are additional two properties? P3 and P4. P1 and P2 we are claiming that echelon form, P1 and P2. There are two properties in the echelon form. P3 each pivot or leading non-zero element is 1, and P4 is each pivot is the only non-zero entry in the respective column. Then this form is called row reduced echelon form. Next form is normal form. We can see one example here. Example 1. 1, 2, 3, 0, 0, 4, 0, 0, 0. This is in the echelon form because this is occurring at the bottom and this is in the right. 1 is right in the 4. So it is in the form of echelon. But it is not row reduced. It is not row reduced echelon form. Because this entry is not 1. So what is the second example? 1, 2, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. This is a echelon form, correct? This is a echelon form. Echelon form is primary condition form, row reduced form. Row reduced echelon form. For the row reduced echelon form is primary. Now check. This entry is 1, okay? And in this column, this is the only non-zero entry. So it is in the row reduced echelon form. If this entry is also non-zero, then it is not row reduced echelon form. For the row reduced echelon form, property 4 said, if this is a pivot element, then rest other entries of this column must be 0. Now, what is the normal form? This is another form to find the rank of matrix. Suppose we have any matrix Aij of order m cross n. Then we change it in identity matrix using row elementary operations. We have to choose only row elementary operation and change it some IR into null matrix. These are the null entries m cross n. And suppose we got the identity matrix of order r cross r. Obviously, r is less than equal to minimum of m comma n. Then the rank of this matrix is equal to the rank of IR, identity matrix of order r, that is actually r. So using row elementary operations, we change any matrix A in the form of identity matrix, and rest of the entries will be 0 entries. Then the rank of the matrix will be equal to the rank of the identity matrix. Two important properties are here. Rank of any matrix A is equal to number of, this is important property, number of non-zero rows in echelon form of A. Number of non-zero rows in echelon form of A. This is called rank of any matrix after converting in the echelon form. And after converting the normal form, we are depending on the order of the identity matrix. One more thing is, what is a row rank and column rank? So don't be confused. Row rank of any matrix A is equal to the column rank of any matrix is equal to the rank of any matrix. So this is another name to find the rank of matrix. Another name of rank of matrix. One important theorem is called rank nullity theorem. Let A is any matrix of order m cross n. Number of rows are m and number of columns are n. Then rank of A plus nullity of A. What is the nullity? It's depending on the solution space. In the next lecture, we will study the system of linear equations. Then we will see what is the nullity. Nullity equal to the n, means number of columns. In the case of system of linear equations. So nullity of A, this is called a nullity. Nullity of A is equal to n minus rank of A. And rank of A we can find by any three manner. By the definition, with the help of minus, with the help of minus. Second is with the help of echelon form. And third is with the help of normal form. We can go by any of the way. Now we have some important examples which are asked in the previous years. Problem 1. A is a 5 cross 7 matrix and all entries are minus 1. C. 5 cross 7 and 5 rows and all entries are minus 1. Minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. 3, 3, 1, 1. I think one more needed. Minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, and so on. It's a 5 cross 7 matrix. So, what is the rank of this matrix? Rank of it cannot be 0 because this is a not null matrix. So rank of A cannot be 0 in this case because 0 rank is possible if the matrix is the matrix. Then if we use any of the elementary transformation, we replace C2 minus C1 or C3 replaced by C3 minus C1. Similarly, C7 replaced by C7 minus C1. Then all the columns except C1, all the columns except C1 will be 0. Will be 0. So there is only one non-zero column. Now, one more important thing I want to tell you. Then this is called column rank, or this is column rank is equal to the rank of A. So no problem here. Rank of A is equal to number of rank of A is equal to rank of column rank. So number of non-zero columns are 1 here. So column rank. So column rank is 1. So rank of A is 1. Or another way, if you go by the echelon form, then replace Ri by Ri minus R1 and I you start from 2 to 5. Then second row, third row, fourth row and fifth row. Then A will look like A is equivalent matrix. We will get equivalent matrix. After the elementary transformations, we get always equivalent matrix. Then it will look like -1, -1, -1, -1, and so on, -1, and rest entries will be 0. So it will be a echelon form, and in the echelon form, rank of the matrix is equal to number of non-zero rows, and the number of non-zero rows are 1n. And in the case of column rank, we have to see the number of non-zero columns, and it is called rank, row rank also. It called column rank also. In this case, it is called column rank, and in this case, it is called row rank. And all the row rank, column rank, and rank of the matrix are same here. Same. Problem 2. The rank of m cross n matrix, where m less than n. So I told you the rank of A is always less than equal to minimum of m comma n, and it is given that m is less than n, it means minimum is m. So rank of A is always less than equal to m. It can be it cannot be more than m because it is always less than equal to m here, and m is less than n. So we can use the first property of rank. The rank of the following matrix. You can see that all the rows are same. This is a n plus 1 cross n plus 1 matrix. So if we replace Ri with Ri minus R1 for I equal to 2, 3, and so on up to n plus 1, we will get this matrix is equivalent to 1a square a to the power n, and rest entries will be 0 in each row. So this is in the echelon form. Hence, the rank of A will be the number of non-zero rows. And here number of non-zero rows is 1. So rank of this matrix is 1. Problem 4. The rank of a 3 cross 3 matrix C, AB, found by multiplying a non-zero column matrix A of size 3 and a non-zero row matrix B of size 1 cross 3. It means A is a non-zero column matrix and B is non-zero and non-zero row matrix B, non-zero row matrix. Then the rank of AB will be always 1. I told you in the properties, and you can also verify it. You can also verify it. The rank of AB will be 1 because the other rows will be dependent on first row, or any one row, any other rows will be depending on some particular row. Next property is, if x1, x2, xn is a n tuple vector and non-zero vector. See, this is a non-zero vector. It means it's a column matrix. It's a row matrix. Sorry, it is a row matrix. And if we take the transpose of this, that will be the column matrix. And if we multiply XX transpose, the rank of this XX transpose will be always 1. I told you in the property. You can also verify by taking some suitable entries. You can check by example, some example 2 cross 2 if I am taking here. Suppose x is a v equal to some x is equal to x1, x2, we take 1, 2. Then x transpose will be 1, 2. Then what will be the xx transpose? It will be 1, 2, 1, 2. So it will be 1, 2. This is your 1 cross 2 matrix. This is your 2 cross 1 matrix. Then ultimately result will be 1 plus 4. It means it will be 5. It will be 1 cross 1 matrix. That is non-zero entry. That is non-zero entry. And we have to take non-zero entry here. Non-zero row. It is given non-zero vector. So rank of XX transpose will be 1. A is m cross n full matrix, full rank matrix. See, full rank matrix means rank of A is less than equal to minimum of, full means is equal to the minimum of m comma n, and it is given that m greater than n, it means minimum value will be n. Then A transpose, then A transpose is A dash is given to you, A dash is given to you, A transpose A inverse into A transpose. Now you can think how this is possible, because the matrix is not a square matrix. Then how you are finding the inverse of A transpose into A, because A transpose A will be the square matrix. And in that case, we are also, one term is called, for rectangular matrix, we can find a pseudo inverse matrix. That is not in the syllabus of engineering mathematics, but we can manage with the pseudo inverse. So, but we are not interested in pseudo inverse here. It's just a simple problem. So, what is A dash? Firstly, use the basic properties. A dash is, what is the properties of inverse? You can see in my lecture 1. AB inverse is B inverse A inverse. Then it will be A inverse, A transpose inverse, A transpose. This is a pseudo inverse here. Remind this part. Now we can see in the options we are going to multiply with A. So multiply with A, pre-multiply with A. Then it will be both sides, A inverse, A transpose inverse into A transpose. A inverse will be the identity matrix. A transpose, if we suppose A transpose is any B matrix, then it will be B inverse into B. It will be again identity matrix. It means A dash is equal to identity matrix, because the product of two identity matrix is identity matrix. Now you post multiply with A both sides. You can see this is equal to the A. It means A option is correct. This is very simple problem based on properties of inverse matrix. Now, two matrices A and B are given below. If the matrix A, if the rank of the matrix is capital N, then the rank of matrix B is. N can be any number. It can be 2 also, it can be 1 also. And it can be 0 also, because there is a no given condition on PQRS that all can be 0 also. Then A and B both will be null matrix. So how we will tackle this problem? By using the determinant technique, because both are the square matrices, 2 cross 2. So it has minor of 2 cross 2, highest order minor, that is obviously determinant. So determinant of A is equal to PS minus QR. And we don't know the value of PQRS. It can be 0 also. The determinant of A can be 0 also, or can be non-zero also. What about the determinant of B? Determinant of B is P square plus Q square R square plus S square minus PR plus QS का whole square. So it is P square R square plus P square S square plus Q square R square plus Q square S square minus P square R square minus Q square S square minus 2 PQRS, PRQS. So these terms are going to be cancelled out. And this can be written as PS minus QR whole square. It means this is equal to determinant of A square. So determinant B is depending on the value of determinant A. If determinant A is 0, then determinant B will be also 0. If determinant of A is non-zero, then determinant B is also non-zero. It means nature of A and B is same. This nature can be singular or non-singular. We don't know. It depends on the values of PQRS. So rank of A, if the nature of two matrices is same, singularity and non-singularity in the rank of same order, if same order, A and B, same order, A and B are of the same order, then the rank of A equal to the rank of B. If the nature of two same order matrices is same, then the rank will be obviously same. In this case, nature is depending, actually nature of B is depending on that value of determinant of A. We cannot generalize this concept, because sometime suppose A is this matrix, 3 cross 3 matrix, 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0, and B is 1 2 0 0 5 0 0 0 0. Both are singular matrices, but the rank of A is 1 and rank of B is 2. Rank of B is 2, but it is not depending on the rank of A. So in this question, we have to see if this is 0, if this is 0, suppose if this is 0, then n will be less than 2. Then n will be 1. N will be 1 or 0. 0, why 0? PQRS can be 0 also. In this case, this determinant B will be also 0. So, because determinant A is 0, then n will be also 0 and 1. We don't know the value of 0. We don't know the value of capital N here. It can be 0 or 1 also. But if these entries are non-zero, suppose the determinant A is non-zero, then the determinant B will be also non-zero, then the rank will be capital N. But if the determinant are 0, we cannot claim anything here. There is a correction, I think. We cannot claim the nature here. We cannot claim the nature here. If this is non-zero, then both rank will be same. If it is 0, we cannot make any comment. But because it is depending on the values of PQRS. Because it is depending on the values of PQRS. Maybe PQRS. If all entries are 0, then PQRS all are 0, then V will be 0. If some P and some PQRS is non-zero, then B must be non-zero matrix also. It means the rank will be always 0. Because the entries are also same here. It depending on the entries of B is depending on the entries of A. So the if determinant A is 0, then rank of A and rank of B will be equal also, because due to entries, not by this comment, due to entries. Okay. What is the next question? Let A be a 4 cross 3 real matrix with rank 2. Rank of A is 2. And then the rank of A transpose A, I told you the rank of A is equal to the rank of A transpose equal to the rank of A conjugate matrix is equal to rank A transpose equal to rank of A transpose, because is equal to the rank A theta is equal to the rank of A theta A. So it will be 2. So we can see that the rank of A transpose A is 2. So these are some basic and previous year conceptual question, and I hope this lecture will help you in the understanding of rank. Next lecture we will discuss system of linear equation. Thank you.